Have you ever wondered what it takes to become not just an icon on screen, but also a beloved figure in real life? Today we're diving into the incredible story of Lorne Greene, a man whose journey from a small-town boy in Canada to one of Hollywood's most respected stars is nothing short of inspiring. From his humble beginnings and family roots to his groundbreaking career and deep connections with those around him, Lorne's life was full of fascinating twists and turns. And, of course, there's more to this story than meets the eye, so let's explore the man behind the legend. Lorne Greene's early life is a fascinating story of ambition and transformation. Born Lyon Hyman Greene in Ottawa, Ontario, Canada, on February 12, 1915, he was the only child of Daniel and Doris Greene, Russian Jewish immigrants who originally bore the surname Greenovsky. His parents instilled in him strong values, but like many immigrant families, they faced challenges adjusting to a new life in Canada. Despite this, young Lorne grew up in a warm and nurturing household where education and hard work were priorities. Greene's curiosity and intelligence shone early on. He was a bright student who excelled in academics, particularly in science and math, leading him to pursue chemical engineering at Queen's University in Kingston, Ontario. However, something deep inside him yearned for more creativity and expression. His turning point came when he joined the university's drama guild, which quickly became his passion. In a bold move that speaks to his adventurous spirit, Greene changed his course of study, swapping chemical engineering for modern languages, a decision that puzzled his family at first. But Lorne was determined to follow his dreams, even if the road ahead was uncertain. During his university years, he immersed himself in amateur theater, gaining experience in acting and honing his craft. According to his daughter Linda, these early performances were where his love for the stage truly blossomed. It's worth noting that Lorne's iconic voice, a deep resonant tone that would later make him a standout in radio and television, was already evident in his youth. Friends and mentors encouraged him to consider broadcasting, which became his stepping stone into the entertainment industry. Greene's formative years at Queen's University were not just about academics, but also about self-discovery and the first steps of an extraordinary career that would span decades. Thanks to the strong foundation provided by his family and the unwavering support of his parents, Lorne not only received a solid education, but also found the inspiration to boldly pursue his dreams. Lorne Greene's family roots are a touching part of his story, showcasing the resilience and love that shaped the man he became. His parents, Daniel and Dora Greene, immigrated to Canada from Russia, seeking new opportunities and safety in a foreign land. It wasn't an easy journey, but they made Ottawa their home, bringing with them their culture, traditions, and a deep commitment to providing a better life for their only child, Lyon Hyman Greene, who would later simplify his name to the more familiar Lorne Greene. Daniel Greene was a shoemaker, a humble profession that required precision and care, traits he likely passed on to his son. He worked tirelessly to provide for his family, and while their means were modest, Daniel's quiet determination left a lasting impression on young Lorne. As an adult, Lorne often credited his father's firm yet kind nature as the inspiration for his portrayal of Ben Cartwright, the wise and compassionate patriarch in Bonanza. It's not hard to imagine Daniel's influence in the stern but loving glances Lorne gave his on-screen sons when they needed guidance. On the other hand, Dora Greene brought warmth and creativity to Lorne's upbringing. She was the family's emotional cornerstone, always encouraging her son's talents and interests. Whether it was his budding curiosity about the arts or his decision to pivot from chemical engineering to acting, Dora was there to support him, even when his choices seemed unconventional. Her nurturing spirit gave Lorne the confidence to pursue his dreams, and her unwavering belief in him became a source of strength throughout his life. Being an only child also shaped Lorne's personality. Without siblings, he spent a lot of time in the company of his parents, forming deep, meaningful bonds with both of them. This closeness likely contributed to the themes of family and loyalty that resonated so strongly in his work. Even as he became a household name, Lorne never lost sight of the values his parents instilled in him: hard work, kindness, and a sense of responsibility toward others. Their sacrifices and love provided Lorne with the foundation to build not only a successful career, but also a legacy as a devoted family man. It's clear that the lessons he learned from Daniel and Dora stayed with him, guiding him as he navigated the highs and lows of life. Whether through his on-screen roles or his personal relationships, Lorne Greene always carried a piece of his parents' love and wisdom, sharing it with the world in ways that continue to inspire to this day. Lorne Greene's family played a pivotal role in shaping the man he would become, instilling in him values of resilience, hard work, and compassion. These lessons, deeply rooted in his upbringing, not only influenced his personal relationships, but also became the foundation of his professional success. Building on this strong familial support, Greene's career took off in remarkable ways, transitioning from his early years in radio to becoming one of the most beloved figures in television history. His ability to balance the values imparted by his parents with his natural talent and determination paved the way for his iconic career in entertainment and his enduring legacy in environmental advocacy. Lorne Greene's career journey is nothing short of remarkable, starting as a young Canadian with a deep, commanding voice and growing into one of the most beloved figures in television history. His first big break came in radio, where he quickly made a name for himself as a broadcaster in Toronto. By 1939, he was the chief news broadcaster for the Canadian Broadcasting Corporation, CBC, a position that showcased his authoritative voice and calm demeanor. Fun fact, his delivery was so solemn during the wartime reports that he earned the nickname the Voice of Doom. But don't let the nickname fool you. Greene's talent and innovation were far from bleak. He even invented a backward-running stopwatch to help radio announcers keep track of time during broadcasts, proving his knack for creative problem-solving. When World War II broke out, Greene put his career on hold to serve as a flying officer in the Royal Canadian Air Force. After the war, instead of returning to his CBC post, he pivoted toward teaching and mentoring the next generation of broadcasters. He established the Academy of Radio Arts in Toronto, where he shared his knowledge with aspiring talent. This phase of his career speaks volumes about his passion for the craft and his generosity in helping others succeed. By the 1950s, Greene had set his sights on acting, diving into stage performances, television, and film. His rich voice and undeniable screen presence made him a standout in a variety of roles. One of his earliest successes was a Broadway performance in The Prescott Proposals, but it was television where he truly shone. He played everything from historical figures like Ludwig van Beethoven in You Are There to Shakespearean roles, including Othello, in televised adaptations. Then came the role that cemented his legacy, Ben Cartwright, in NBC's Bonanza. Premiering in 1959, the show became an instant classic, running for an impressive 14 seasons. Greene's portrayal of the wise and fatherly Ben Cartwright resonated deeply with audiences, making him a household name. The character's moral compass and strength were largely inspired by Greene's own father, which added a layer of authenticity to his performance. Not to mention, Bonanza was groundbreaking as one of the first TV shows broadcast in color, which helped bring the Ponderosa Ranch to life for viewers. While Bonanza remained the highlight of Greene's career, he continued to explore diverse roles after the show ended in 1973. He starred in the short-lived crime drama Griff, played key roles in miniseries like Roots, 1977, and The Money Changers, 1976, and even ventured into the realm of science fiction with Battlestar Galactica, 1978. In Galactica, he played Commander Adama, a role that once again cast him as a fatherly figure, this time to a fleet of space refugees. Although the show was canceled after one season due to high production costs, it remains a cult favorite to this day. Lorne Greene's dedication to causes beyond acting truly highlighted the depth of his character. In the 1980s, his passion for nature and environmental conservation took center stage, with Lorne Greene's New Wilderness, a groundbreaking nature documentary series. This wasn't just another hosting gig for him. It was a personal mission. Greene's soothing, authoritative voice narrated breathtaking footage of wildlife, taking viewers on journeys to explore the beauty and fragility of the natural world. The show wasn't just popular, it became a cultural touchstone in Canada, earning high ratings and accolades for its heartfelt approach to raising awareness about ecological issues. Greene's narration brought life to the stories of animals and their habitats, making the connection between humanity and nature feel intimate and urgent. He didn't just inform, he inspired people to care about the environment in a way that was deeply personal and impactful. What made Lorne Greene's New Wilderness even more special was its global reach. Syndicated in the United States and other countries, the series introduced audiences around the world to Canada's wilderness and the broader environmental challenges of the time. Greene's involvement brought credibility and gravitas to the series, showing that his commitment to the cause wasn't just a fleeting interest, it was a genuine passion. Greene's work on the show extended beyond the screen. He became a vocal advocate for environmental education and preservation, using his celebrity status to bring attention to issues like deforestation, endangered species, and climate change. For Greene, it wasn't just about entertainment. It was about creating a legacy that would inspire future generations to protect the planet. Through New Wilderness, Greene proved that his talents could extend far beyond acting. He used his storytelling abilities to shed light on the wonders of the natural world and the pressing need to protect it. It was a role that in many ways mirrored his iconic portrayal of Ben Cartwright, a guiding fatherly figure encouraging everyone to take responsibility for the world around them. Lorne Greene's work in environmental advocacy remains a testament to his belief in using his influence for good, leaving a lasting impact not only in entertainment, but also in the fight to preserve our planet. Lorne Greene's career might have been mostly free of scandal, but even he couldn't avoid a bit of Hollywood drama, especially during his time on Battlestar Galactica. The Hollywood drama surrounding Battlestar Galactica became one of the most talked about controversies in Lorne Greene's career, and it wasn't just about the lawsuit. While the show's ambitious premise and high production values were designed to make it a game changer for television, these very qualities became its Achilles heel. The lawsuit from George Lucas and the producers of Star Wars wasn't just a minor legal squabble. It was a high-profile case that generated significant media attention. The similarities were hard to ignore. Both Star Wars and Battlestar Galactica featured space battles, a ragtag group of survivors, and even a similar visual style in their special effects. Lucas's team specifically took issue with Galactica's use of a scrolling text introduction, a hallmark of Star Wars, and the designs of some spacecraft, which they argued looked like near replicas of those in A New Hope. The lawsuit was ultimately settled out of court, but the public perception of Battlestar Galactica as a knockoff lingered, hurting its reputation before it even had a chance to stand on its own. Another significant hurdle was the sheer cost of producing the show. At a time when TV budgets were relatively modest, Battlestar Galactica was an outlier. Reports suggest that each episode cost around $1 million to produce, a staggering amount for the late 1970s. The series spared no expense on its massive set pieces, elaborate costumes, and groundbreaking but costly special effects, including its signature laser battles and space chase scenes. While this gave the show a cinematic feel that few others could match, it also created immense financial pressure on the network. Initially, Battlestar Galactica premiered to strong ratings, with its feature-length pilot capturing audience attention. But as the series progressed, it became evident that maintaining those ratings wasn't easy. The storylines, while epic in scale, sometimes lacked the character depth and emotional hooks that could keep viewers coming back week after week. Critics were quick to point out that while the show looked spectacular, it struggled to connect with audiences in the same way Star Wars had. Combined with its ballooning budget, this left ABC in a tough position, and after just one season, the network made the difficult decision to cancel the show. However, this wasn't quite the end of Battlestar Galactica. In 1980, ABC attempted to revive the series with Galactica 1980, a cheaper, retooled version set on Earth. While Lorne Greene returned as Commander Adama, most of the original cast did not, and the show's reduced production quality was glaring. Fans of the original were disappointed, and the revival was canceled after only 10 episodes. For Greene, who had poured his heart into the role of Adama, it must have been a frustrating experience, though he maintained his professionalism and never spoke ill of the production. Despite these challenges, Battlestar Galactica later gained a cult following, with fans appreciating its ambition and Greene's commanding performance as Adama. The show's legacy even led to a highly successful reboot in 2004, proving that while the original had its flaws, it had also paved the way for a richer, more complex exploration of its themes. For Lorne Greene, the controversy surrounding Battlestar Galactica became just another chapter in a career defined by resilience, professionalism, and a deep connection with audiences. The controversy surrounding Battlestar Galactica may have been one of the rare blemishes in Lorne Greene's otherwise stellar career, but they never overshadowed the grace and professionalism he brought to his personal life. Amidst the challenges of Hollywood, Greene's private life remained a sanctuary of love and stability, especially in his relationships and marriages. His ability to balance the demands of his career with his devotion to his family showcased a side of him that was just as admirable as his on-screen roles. His first marriage was to Rita Hands, a Toronto-based actress he married in 1938. For over 2 decades, Rita and Lorne built a life together, and their union brought 2 children into the world, twins Belinda Susan and Charles, born in 1945. While they shared many happy moments, the pressures of career demands and life changes eventually led to their divorce in 1960 after 22 years of marriage. Despite the end of their marriage, Lorne and Rita remained connected as co-parents. Their daughter, Belinda, often referred to as Linda, later honored her father's legacy by writing a biography about him. Meanwhile, Charles pursued a creative career of his own, working as a producer, which further reflected the family's artistic inclinations. Not long after his divorce, Lorne found love again with Nancy Deal, an actress and political activist who would become his steadfast partner. They married in 1961, and their relationship turned out to be a rock-solid foundation for the rest of Lorne's life. Together, they had a daughter, Jillian Dania Dott, born in 1968, Jillian's birth marked a new chapter for Lorne as he embraced fatherhood once again in his early 50s. Nancy's influence on Lorne's life cannot be understated. She not only supported him through the highs of his career, but also stood by him during his health struggles later in life. Their marriage was characterized by mutual respect and unwavering support, a stark contrast to the often tumultuous relationships seen in Hollywood. Nancy brought stability and warmth into Lorne's life, qualities that were especially meaningful as he juggled the demands of his thriving career. Their daughter Jillian went on to marry filmmaker Sam Raimi, famous for directing the Spider-Man trilogy and the Evil Dead series. This connection to Hollywood royalty further extended Lorne's legacy, with Jillian and Sam raising 5 children of their own. What made Lorne and Nancy's marriage special was their shared commitment to family. Despite his busy schedule, Lorne made time for his wife and children, and Nancy was his biggest cheerleader through every phase of his career. Even as his health began to decline in the mid-1980s, Nancy remained by his side, ensuring he had the care and support he needed. Lorne Greene's life wasn't just defined by his career or marriages. His relationships outside of those were equally meaningful and played a huge role in shaping the man he was. He was deeply connected to his children, who carried on his legacy in their own ways. His daughter Linda, for instance, honored her father by penning a biography that captured his life and accomplishments with affection and depth. Meanwhile, his son Charles showed his own creative flair, teaming up with Lorne as a co-producer on Lorne Greene's New Wilderness, a project that reflected their shared love of nature and storytelling. These collaborations highlight just how close Lorne remained with his children, even as they grew older and followed their own paths. But family wasn't the only area where Lorne built lasting bonds. In Hollywood, where relationships can often feel superficial, Greene was known for forming genuine and warm connections with his colleagues. On the set of Bonanza, for example, his camaraderie with his on-screen sons, Pernell Roberts, Dan Blocker, and Michael Landon, was particularly noteworthy. While some cast members were known to clash with each other from time to time, Lorne maintained a steady fatherly presence both on and off camera. His co-stars often described him as approachable, professional, and someone who truly cared about the team dynamic. It's no wonder that the atmosphere on Bonanza felt so authentic. Greene treated his co-stars like family, and that bond translated beautifully on screen. One particularly touching relationship was with Michael Landon, who played his youngest son, Little Joe, on Bonanza. The two shared a special connection, and Greene became something of a mentor to Landon, who was just starting his career at the time. Landon later went on to become a television icon in his own right, with shows like Little House on the Prairie and Highway to Heaven. And he often credited Greene for teaching him about the importance of professionalism and dedication in the entertainment industry. Lorne's relationships weren't limited to just his castmates. He also had strong ties with directors, producers, and other collaborators who worked with him throughout his career. People who knew him often described him as a gentleman, someone who treated everyone with kindness and respect, whether they were a fellow actor, a set crew member, or a fan. This level of humility and warmth earned him not just admiration, but genuine loyalty from those who worked with him. Outside of work, Greene was known for his friendships with other celebrities of the time. While he wasn't someone who actively sought out the Hollywood party scene, he built enduring friendships with fellow actors and creatives who shared his values and interests. His relationships were often rooted in shared passions, like his commitment to environmental causes or his love for storytelling. Lorne Greene's passing on September 11, 1987, marked the end of an era in Hollywood. At 72 years old, he died in Santa Monica, California, from complications related to pneumonia following surgery for a perforated ulcer. His death came as a shock to fans around the world, especially since he was in the midst of preparing to reprise his most iconic role as Ben Cartwright in Bonanza: The Next Generation. The surgery that led to his complications was reportedly meant to address an ulcer, but post-surgical challenges combined with pneumonia became too much for Greene to overcome. Despite his age, he was still active and had plans to return to the beloved Bonanza universe in a made-for-TV movie. In fact, the script for Bonanza: The Next Generation had been adjusted to accommodate Greene's health, giving him a less physically demanding role. Unfortunately, his condition worsened before he could step back into the role that had defined much of his career. What makes his passing even more poignant is the timing. Greene was a symbol of stability and fatherly wisdom to many fans, and the thought of him reprising Ben Cartwright brought a sense of nostalgia and excitement. His death left a noticeable void not only for fans of Bonanza, but also for those who admired him for his work as an actor, a nature advocate, and a family man. Greene's contributions to entertainment and environmental advocacy were deeply cherished. He wasn't just an actor. He was a voice of calm and reassurance for millions. From his portrayal of the wise patriarch on Bonanza to his work hosting Lorne Greene's New Wilderness, Greene's legacy was about more than entertainment. It was about connecting with people and inspiring them to care about the world and each other. After his death, tributes poured in from fans, colleagues, and admirers who spoke about his kindness, professionalism, and warmth. Many Bonanza co-stars reflected on how Greene had been a real-life mentor and friend to them, especially to younger actors like Michael Landon, who often said Greene was like a second father to him. Even after his passing, Greene's work and influence endured. His role as Ben Cartwright remained iconic, and his dedication to raising awareness about wildlife and environmental issues through New Wilderness left a lasting impact. In fact, the series continued to air in syndication, keeping his passion for conservation alive and inspiring new generations. Lorne Greene's life was a testament to resilience, passion, and heart. Whether it was his unforgettable role as Ben Cartwright in Bonanza, his efforts to protect the environment, or the love he poured into his family and friends, Lorne left a legacy that continues to inspire. Even after his passing, his influence lives on, reminding us of the power of kindness, determination, and the courage to follow your dreams. Thanks for joining us today. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more incredible stories of legends who've shaped the world in their own unique ways.